Alrighty, let's get into Dogecoin, guys. I wanted to do a quick status update on how to call the top of each Doge run. And a lot of people say, oh, I know when it's going to top. No one knows for sure, but there are indicators that you can follow that show you when to sell. They give you a flash flood warning. Now, this is not telling you when to sell. Of course, it's not financial advice. I'm not going to pinpoint the top. I'm not that guy. But what I will do is I will show you an indicator that gives a flash flood warning on when to get out. So for Dogecoin here, you are within this triangle pennant, whatever you want to call it, on the macro. You could also say it's a cup and handle. You could say it's yada, yada, yada. What matters here is from the all-time high, you have this very interesting resistance. I'm going to tell you in a second how to predict when to get out. But first, I want to just go over the chart here. You pumped through this. There was a little hiccup here. You pumped through this, closed above, knifed through, rejected, 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 broke through, support, and so now you're expecting a larger sized move. That's huge for Dogecoin. That's tremendous because past this $48 and 43 cent range, there is nothing but green skies ahead. I think that's important because when you look at the Dogecoin chart, guys, this is what I'm going to show you. This is what helps you see when the bullish momentum is starting to fizzle. When you look at the Dogecoin chart, guys, here, this is with the RSI. There's one key thing that you always see at a Doge top, and this is it. You see a lower high on the RSI and a higher high in price, typically. This one was just barely a lower high, but it was still a double top. You see a double top and you see a lower high on the RSI. So let's go into the first example here. You have the peak on the RSI here at 23.8. And then you have a confirmed close below, or you could use this as an example. Confirmed close below, but price is still in the same range. That is a double top and a lower high on the RSI. And then what did you do? You proceeded to go down 42%. That is a nasty move. I don't care who you are. You don't want to hold through that, right? Now let's go into the second example of Dogecoin making the same pattern at the top of a run. You're looking boom, 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 boom candles. Okay. You're at the peak of the RSI here. Come back down. You make a higher high. But your RSI, and you could say this too, would be your flash flood warning. You make a higher high in price, but a lower high in the RSI. That is bearish divergence, guys. Bearish divergence, and it's on the daily. And this is a clear-cut picture that you are starting to run out of bullish momentum. So from this dump, let's do the measurement. From this dump here, bearish divergence, you went down 72%. That is disgusting. That's filthy. And it doesn't stop there because you have another example on the previous pump. Highest it was on the RSI. You go down, you make a higher high, the RSI makes a lower high. And then you proceed to dump 62%. Let's do a couple more. That's a good one. I didn't even see this one. No, it's not a good one. This is a good one. Holy Toledo. Okay. So you make a higher high between the two candles. You make a lower high in the RSI, and then you dump. Now let's take that measured move. 53%. And then you go all the way back, guys. You go all the way back. And you can see here, during the largest run in Dogecoin's history, you have a high right here on the RSI. And just to outline for you guys so you can see, lower high, higher high, pretty dramatically, which is insane. So every single time you print a higher high on the price chart and a lower high in the RSI, it is time to boot, scoot, and boogie, my friends, because when you do that measured move, 80% down. And it is quite figuratively every single Dogecoin run. And so for me, what I am going to be looking for going into this next leg up, because you are going to eventually get a next leg up. Might not be now, might not be this week, might not be this year, but it's going to happen. And the longer this thing gets coiled, the further it's going to run. I would anticipate a new all-time high, or at least a double top 2 all-time highs. So let's just kind of draw that out. Let's pretend here. Where'd he go? Maybe. Let's just say something like that. You would expect to see either a double top or a lower high, while price makes a higher high, let's say at 91 cents. That is your signal to vacate the premises. You're done. And Dogecoin, let's say it tracks the last all-time high. 80% from that brings you down to a pretty comical. That would be pretty neat if you actually retested the downtrend on that, or the uptrend. Let's say you did that and went down to 22 cents. So you do not want to hold through 93 cents to 22 cents. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And every time you seem to make this like fake pennant. So if you see something brewing where it's this fake pennant, but you're going higher, and then you dump, because market makers like to fake people out. And then you dump. Same thing there, dump. Same thing here. Pennant, dump. So be careful, guys. That is the moral of the story. Be careful. None of this is financial advice, but I think the altcoin market, Dogecoin particularly, looks really, really good to run for a new all-time high. Double bottom formation here. And that is the warning signal. You have 90, the 90 level on the RSI is where every single peak run has hit. So as soon as RSI gets up here, which is not too far away, some ways away, you know to start taking profits. Not financial advice, guys. Just trying to keep you guys informed on the chart and what I see. Make sure to drop, kick the like and follow button if you found value in this. And of course, God bless and touch grass, guys. Much love and peace.